Well, first of all, I think the people organizing it and other speakers, to the extent I knew them, I think all were in the same line of business. It was topics that are my topics, my daily professional topics. So I think it was a natural fit to be among them and to discuss with fellow panelists and with the audience on the topics that normally keep me busy during the day professionally. So I thought, yeah, it is a good platform, obviously, for us as a firm, especially since we just started in Dubai, at least, to highlight our expertise. And so Withers as a firm has been in existence for more than 100 years, but we just started this summer in Dubai. And yeah, so that was another reason for me to think, okay, this exposure is good for us. Well, anything is an understatement. I think sitting next to a Sharia expert, I think that's a great opportunity to learn a lot about that part of, for instance, family succession planning. That is not my expertise and is not my profession. But also to have communications with family members, with bankers, with people with different backgrounds on social impact investing, philanthropy. I think that is how I, as a professional, obviously try to become better, because you have to learn constantly from everybody. So yeah, I learned a lot. Yeah, I think it's a perfect fit, because I think the panel was quite balanced. Like in my panel that I participated in on succession, we had typically a private banker, we had I think somebody with real estate experience, we had a Sharia scholar, and so I could do, let's say, the structuring, the legal and tax angle to it. So I think that's a balanced panel, and yeah, so I think that fitted very well. Yeah, I think it's a lovely event, not only because of the ability to have a test drive in a Maserati, which I think is a quite nice angle, but I think, like I said, I learned a lot, and it is discussing very openly, very transparently with people from different angles on the topics that keep me busy every day. So yeah, I truly enjoy meeting people. Yeah, for instance, the people who I didn't know yet and who are very much involved in impact investing, for instance. It's good for me to know, because clients ask about topics like these as well, and that it may not be my specific advice, but I can introduce them to the specialist that I met today. And the second, more closer to my profession is sitting next to a Sharia expert. At least you get a better sense of his angle of succession planning, and obviously very valuable for me to know, bearing that in mind when I advise my clients on the similar topics from my angle. Yeah, there's as a firm, as Withers, what we try to do, we try to accommodate and help our clients at 3 levels. So the higher level, the highest level is where the family sits, and succession planning typically is the big topic, and it is a topic that is attracting more and more attention, and I think a very important topic. And then the second level, the mid-level, is the operational level, and that is the awareness for families to create family offices, to create their own family investment fund, to organize matters in a professional way, maybe more so than they did in the past. And the third level is where they invest and how they invest, and especially when it's international investments, how can we create a structure that makes their investments more tax efficient, or protect their investments against topics like nationalization risks and the likes, asset protection. So I think these 3 topics remain, let's say, the topics that top the agenda. I think if you read research and you ask local families what are your main worries, then succession is the number 1, discretion is the number 2, asset protection the number 3, and only 4 and 5 is how is the stock market performing and how is my real estate doing. And I think we focus on the first 3, and we try to accommodate and advise clients as much as we can. So yeah, that will also be the topic for next year. Yeah, no, I think the initiatives by, for instance, the DIFC to come up with a will for non-Muslim expats, basically, that own local freehold property, I think is a tremendous addition. And it will give people far more comfort that yes, if I invest into my property and combine it with a will, I can more or less ensure that upon succession, upon death, it will go to my children in the way that I would like to have it, and that local Sharia principles will not apply to the allocation of my assets. So sure, for investor confidence, I guess that's a big thing. But I think Dubai as such, also for local investors or GCC investors, I think it gets more and more mature, and I think it even increases attention from international investors, apart from the succession topic and the wills topic, just as a stable country or emirate of investment. I think the $1 million question that is out there today is how to structure foreign ownership restricted assets, local non-freehold property, local shares, 51% shareholdings, how to structure those in a way that father can basically preserve wealth and ensure that when he's no longer there, the family doesn't get into a fight. And because of the foreign ownership restrictions, one cannot use foundations, one cannot use trust structures at the moment, because these are considered foreign entities. And therefore I think the focus should, what I can assure you will, be on trying to improve that situation and maybe try to find local legal solutions to accommodate specifically local families in giving a DIFC foundation or improving DIFC trust laws in such a manner that local families can use that for their local assets as well.